Yo, hello. Welcome today to this Wednesday stream. I hope y'all are doing good and enjoying your week so far. I am tired as fuck. And I gotta look through some paperwork, so I will be doing that while talking. Because it shouldn't really take much of my mental attention. Hi Bearded, that's very fair. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you have a good time as well. I mean, it's 10 p.m. for me. That's a little early to actually fall asleep, I'm afraid. Unfortunately. How loud is me fiddling with this paper stuff, by the way? Do I need to, like, know something? I hope I don't. Ooh. Is this what I'm looking for? Yeah, this totally is. For context, hi Ari, by the way. Welcome. I'm looking for old contracts. I need to see my old internet contract for bureaucratic reasons. No, this is not the thing, is it? No, but this is a different price than the other thing. So, is it the thing I'm looking for, or is it not the thing I'm looking for? Okay, no, this is different. This is weird, though. Very confusing. You may listen to my confusion in real time. Which, I mean, to be fair, it's not like it's different than my usual streams. Dude. My internet was not that cheap, was it? And this does say that it's my phone thing instead, but then there's also other things that suggest to me that it's my internet contract. Entirely confused. Well, anyway. I feel like there's something I was gonna talk about today, but I have no idea what. At all. Whatsoever. So that's not great. I will have to ask for someone's advice here. Someone else's thoughts. Because things are confusing. Maybe my brain just doesn't work properly anymore. It's not like I had a terribly long day. Just like decently. Oh boy, I'm really so worried that me fiddling with this stuff is too loud. But hey, if your ears start to bleed, you guys better let me know. Fuck, now I've lost my train of thought again as well, totally though. I don't know, man. Okay, I think now I've found what I actually am trying to find. Okay, good, that's relieving. That's relieving to hear. But yeah, we'll just have a calm, quiet little time. Don't know if we're doing any puzzling today. Wait, this is way too early. This is like... Hang on, I have to do math. Oh no, I'm bad at math. This is a year and a half before... Ah! No, what? Oh, this is the really old stuff. I was like, wait, my internet contract cannot be for this other address either. You know, my old address. That doesn't work. But I guess this one? No, still confused. Okay, I'll shut up about this now, because I'm probably not making sense to you guys. but I can bring this to my family and be like, this makes no fucking sense to me. What do I do with that now, boyo? I mean, I probably shouldn't call my parents boyo. Don't know how well that'll go over. But yeah, well, this is annoying, mildly. Anyway. We haven't seen each other in a week. Yay. I mean, no, not yay. That sounds weird. I just haven't, I haven't... Fuck, I lost my train. No, where is it? I mean, the trains in Germany are pretty delayed, so maybe I can find mine again, my train of thought. That's also a product of Germany, right? Because, I mean, I'm German, and so my brain technically is. Because, yeah, that's how heritage works. Anyway, oh my goodness. Right, I didn't stream on Saturday, is what I was gonna say. And yeah, obviously there have been uploads, though. You know, today's upload, and the Sunday upload, and technically the Thursday upload was after last stream. Hi Theo, by the way, and also, oh my goodness, yes, I hadn't gotten the chance to talk to you yet, but I have checked Ko-Fi. Might as well do this here now, if you're okay with that. Are you ever... I mean, okay, I'm assuming because you mentioned it yourself, you're alright with it, but otherwise I'd be like, oh no, is this person comfortable with me, like, shouting out a donation or, you know, telling people, like, oh, hey, you know, this was a person that gave me money. But yes, thank you so very fucking much for that last one especially, but also I missed the ones in October, for which I'm very sorry. You know, I wasn't at home, and there was a lot of fucking stuff going on in October, but obviously for those, thank you super much as well. I am incredibly grateful. What? Leaving you on red? Where? On Ko-Fi? Because I don't remember our last messages. Those were a while back. Okay, that sentence makes more sense than the previous one. But yeah, I am so fucking grateful for all the support that you give. You're like my biggest hype man. And you're probably half my income. No, I'm joking, but you are 100% of the donations, pretty much. I think the last time I got a donation from someone else was like a year ago. And that was, oh my god, I actually just went through all that stuff for paperwork, so I should know, but I don't remember. I know there was like these 3 single donations like around Christmas that were all like for €1 or $1 or something. But it, like with donations like that, it's kind of funny, you know. PayPal takes like a good part of that, so I got like half. I got like 50 cents for each of those. So obviously those like catch your eye because they're 3 times like just like some cents. Just within a few days. And I actually remember I asked the person then, I was like, are you trying to test something? Are you having some technical issues? Because I was just confused by it. But maybe they also didn't know that there was like for little sums like that, like how big of a percentage the amount that PayPal takes ends up being. Because if it would have just been one big €3, dollar, whatever donation, that would have been like way less fees, basically. Anyway, I'm hoping that you're not doing the fuck, I've forgotten the English word. That training that you mentioned. excuse me at the moment because I'm pretty sure that requires you operating vehicles. So I hope that you're not typing during that. But yeah, I'm very sorry for leaving you unread on Ko-Fi, actually. I'll get back to that tonight still then. I did not mean to ignore. Not at all. I've been pretty good recently about replying to messages. Okay, no. Recently is that's too generous. Because I literally just, like, I went through my Instagram messages, like, just the other day or like on the weekend or something, I don't know, where I'm like, oh yay, I'm going through all these, and now I'm actually replying like more on time. I'm like keeping up with it. But there's other, like, on Patreon, I know there's like messages that, like, one or two definitely that I still need to reply to. Anyway. Shopping. Oh, you're shopping while on the job, you know, multitasking. No, I'm joking. Shipping desk. Interesting. Very interesting. This reminds me kind of like in a roundabout way, but do you ever think about like what other, like how other people perceive you? Like, I'm always, I mean, obviously, anyone with anxiety will be constantly thinking about that. So, as do I. I'm like, oh my goodness, what do people think about me? How do I seem to them? But just in looking at it in a more playful way, like, how much do you all think, like, that some people have, like, an image of you in their mind that is just very far from reality, you know? Like, I mean, like, let's say, for example, you just quickly got ready for your day and you're rushing about and you're gonna be, like, grabbing a coffee real quick before going to work or whatever. And then someone sees you on the way. Maybe you've got your coffee, maybe not, whatever. And they, like, just get that little glimpse of you and they think, oh, this person is so well dressed and they look so professional or whatever. And you just internally, you're not feeling that at all. You're like, oh my God, I'm not looking forward to my job of talking to a bunch of idiots. We are never productive. We never do anything good. Like, you know, maybe if you're in that kind of stuck in that kind of job. Because I know some people who, like, seem very important and professional at their job. And then I'm friends with them and they're like, oh my God, I hate this entire fucking thing so much. And we never get anything done. And, you know, was that you? 'Cause the name was different. I mean, I guess you can always just go by a different name. But I thought that am I crazy? Okay, maybe my brain is getting this mixed up with Patreon right now. But I really thought that I'd seen a donation from you before, and it was, like, with your regular username. And those single donations were of a different name, and so when I've, like, seen the account, like, someone, like, you know, with the name that I know them with, like, across platforms, then I, you know, assume that any other name isn't gonna be them. That's totally valid too, Bearded. But just, like, as an example, you know, like, how your own reality can be so different from, like, what other people perceive you as. And I mean, obviously, again, with people with anxiety, it's often, like, better, like, people think better of you than you think that they do. Because you're always worried about what other people think of you. And you're like, oh my goodness, I can think of, like, all these bad things that they could be noticing right now. And no one actually cares that much. Like, everyone's, like, just too occupied with their own stuff to, you know, notice if you've got, like, a weirdly clipped nail. Or if your makeup is, like, a little off. Like, you smudged your lipstick a little. Or if you're wearing your shirt backwards, inside out. Like, not everyone's gonna notice. Maybe some people will. You know, some things are more obvious than others. And if, like, your shirt has a bunch of tags, people will probably, especially people behind you, will probably notice a lot more that your shirt is inside out. But, you know, it's just funny. Funny to think about that. And also about how long you stay in others' minds. I may have talked about this briefly in another stream recently because it's just been on my mind, but I'm thinking a lot about people I used to know, people I used to be friends with or just friendly with, and I'm like, oh, I miss talking to this person, or oh, I'm just randomly remembering this conversation with this other person, and I find myself wondering, like, I wonder if they ever think about me. Am I ever occupying their mind like they do mine? Is there anyone who's still, like, years later thinking, like, oh, that gal, you know, her. Like, not in, like, an obsessive way or in, like, a romantic way or something, just occupying someone's mind. Is that the right phrase? Occupying someone's mind? That sounds so weird right now. Being on someone's mind. Whatever. Occupying someone's thoughts? No. Whatever. So yeah, if I'm, like, thinking of, like, random strangers out in the street who I met once and never again, like, just someone random, how long ago did that happen? You know, like, this random stranger I'll be thinking about. Did I meet them last week? Did I meet them a year ago? 8 years ago? And then turning it around, is there anyone who met me as a stranger? They don't know my name. They maybe barely remember my face. But they noticed something about me. I was perceived. You know? Crazy shit to think about for me. Totally. Very much. But anyway, that's just random little tidbits of thinking. And you could keep that going for so long. Just like... old friends, like... Is there anyone out there with a habit that was affected by you? Like, a little, like, thing that you taught someone? Because... my life was full of that kind of thing. You know, like... when I drink a tea, I don't, I used to, squeeze out the tea bag with the tea bag's string, right? Until, a friend and classmate of mine at the time, she went like, oh no, my mom taught me not to do that because that lets all the bitter, like, things out. I have no idea if that's actually true. But since then, I've never done it. And every time that I see someone else do it, I am thinking of that friend and classmate. You know, like, she's still on my mind now, like, years later. Like, I mean, boy, I finished school 4.5 years ago. Does that check out? Yeah, 4.5. Jesus Christ. No. 3.5. No, 4.5. 2020, whatever. Anyway. Since then, I have never talked to that person. And I mean, that was like classmates. We were friends like years before that. We were friends. I mean, I don't know when the friendship fizzled out specifically, but that will have been, I think, at least 6 years ago. You know, so this person is still on my mind 6 years after they were actually relevant to me. And that's just so funny. And I'm like, does anyone else have any habits? Like, now, like, people I'm friends with, like, they'll say something a certain way, or they'll, like, do this little random thing, and I can recognize, oh, that's from me. Like, I taught you that thing, basically, right? You got that habit because of me. And how many people out there carry around things like that from people who they met like decades before the last time? Anyway, I gotta check that I didn't miss anything. I was also in Manchester recently. Not to see a band, though. Just to fly on through. I guess I'll check it out. I'll see if it's my kind of music. If that comment is inspired by the music that is currently playing, it's only, like, kind of accurate. Because while I do enjoy the music that I play here, which I would hope so, because I've got to listen to it the entire time I'm streaming, it's still just like, you know, I'm looking less for music I enjoy and then checking, okay, can I play this on stream? And more going, okay, what kind of music can I play on stream? Let's listen, and then see, do I like this enough to put it in my playlist? Gotcha. I mean, we also had, like, a rocky kind of sounding thing earlier, which is one of my favorite ones on the playlist, to be fair. But yeah, I do listen to rock. Metal, not really my kind of thing, but rock is some good stuff. Anyway, damn it, I feel like I was gonna say something, but I don't remember what again. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry for all the yawning, by the way. Anyone who's annoyed or getting infected? No, what is the word? Oh, you know, I yawn, you yawn, whatever. Oh, that's interesting. That's actually a fun detail. Well, definitely check them out then. But I'll do that after stream. Infectious, thank you. So, saying someone's infected by my yawn is correct, because it just seems so weird to say. Oh my god. Well, at least you know I wasn't lying about being tired. Excuse me. Oh boy. Oh, that's fun. They won't copyright strike their music on streams because from their point of view, most streamers are young people who want to play music and probably don't know about DMCAs. Gotcha, bearded. Okay, yeah. that's fair enough too. About Xeons. Do we want to real quick hop over to how is this? Oh. Today's upload. Let's see. Which is, I'll admit, I'm sorry to say, it is a sad one. But I was just in the mood for it at the time of recording. And it's also kind of hopeful-ish. We need a little bit of drama in this life anyway. But yeah, is there anything worth calling out? Okay. Someone commented and said, "Girl, I got scared for a sec there. I follow your Patreon, and the notification I just got looked a lot like goodbye to YouTube." Which makes sense, because the title of the audio is saying goodbye. And then on Patreon, whatever I upload has in parentheses YouTube download, and then the date of the upload. Because, you know, I'm uploading the YouTube posts to Patreon so that people can download them, like, easily, and you know, listen to them whenever and whatever. Also just for ad-free, obviously, ad-free listening. Because, you know, on YouTube you get ads unless you've got a blocker, which is, like, allowed. I mean, actually, no, wait, it's not allowed anymore, as per YouTube, but, like, I'm allowing it in theory. Like, I'm like, I don't judge you for this. It does, however, also obviously, you know, watching the ads supports me financially because, you know, that's the only way to earn money without actually selling something. So, yeah. And of course, if you got YouTube Premium, but I actually don't know if that's so beneficial. Like, does that pay off? Anyway, yeah, exactly. that still goes into things for me though, because it's only a very small part. I actually don't know like the percentages or whatever, but if you have viewers who have YouTube Premium, like, you know, they do the math and they go, okay, so and so much of this is like your earnings, because technically, you know, this person spending time on YouTube to listen to, like technically watch your stuff, you know, it's video format, but technically just an audio. Excuse me. You know, they're spending time on YouTube because of you, and they might have gotten the premium because of you. So yeah, that still technically that helps. But yeah, so I can see how getting a notification about me saying goodbye to YouTube would be scary. That's kind of very funny too, though. But yeah, no, not leaving YouTube anytime soon. It is totally like way like more work and less money than Patreon. But that makes sense, since, you know, again, YouTube just monetization. Patreon, people are actually paying specifically for your stuff. Would make more sense that pays off more. But yeah, Beard, it's really good audio, kind of sad, but the optimistic ending is appreciated. Yeah, I had to kind of go for that. I didn't really feel just having it be goodbye and that's that. I kind of wanted to bring a little bit of hopefulness in there as well. But don't worry, at some point soon, don't know when yet, there's gonna be another soul-crushing audio. It's just, man, I'd totally love to go all out sometime, but I cannot be too loud in my apartment, you know? Like, I can't be screaming, crying, you know. Obviously, there's more reason for not screaming. I'd have to be like... I'd have to figure out how far away to be from the mic so I don't over-fucking, Oh, what do you call it in English? In German, it's übersteuern. Well, when you're just too loud for the microphone. Yeah, I know smart words. I repay any ad revenue you don't receive from me not watching ads. Oh, yeah, for sure. I do think I probably still get more money for you having Patreon? No, premium, than one single view would, like, get me, monetization-wise. Because that's not a lot. I mean, it depends, kind of, but, it's like, what, for 1,000 views, It's anywhere between 1 and 4 euros usually. So you can do the math on that, on how much that comes down to. I got a turtle as a reward. Yes! My day has been made. I can die happy now. Honestly, I don't know how the turtle emoji looks on y'all's devices, but for me, at least on YouTube, on my computer, it's so fucking adorable. Hang on, wait, we can do this, right? Yeah, okay. So this is the one, and now you guys can decide if it's cute for you on your device or not. I think it's fucking adorable. I would die for that thing. Wait, how do I close my chat? How do I... Okay, that did it. Whatever. But yeah, so thank you very, very much for the turtle emoji reward. And wine? Man, it's my lucky day. Okay, can I talk about it? The other night, I was, you know, I was just hanging out, having a good time, and then I was on a call with a friend and we watched a show together. And I kind of kept on drinking, and okay, so usually when I drink, right, I can get a little crazy if I drink way too much. I rarely ever, like, behave very strange. I just kind of become funnier, I'd like to think. Also a little more exhausting for sober people probably, but that's why you drink together with others, so, you know, you don't become exhausting. Most of the time when I'm drinking, not in person with someone, it'll just be a little bit of wine and then we're calling it a day. If I'm drinking together with other people, I mean, either we're going out and having cocktails and then that's just whatever, or we are like sitting together on the couch and we're mixing our own things. Sometimes I'll also have wine, but it's most likely for me to just have that when I'm more like on my own. On that night, I was having some vodka and I was drinking, like I was mixing it with some stuff that like needed to go, like some juices I had left over in the fridge, that kind of thing. It kind of got away from me and I got really, really, really drunk. I don't even know why I'm telling you this. There's like no, there's no point. Like, there's no, you know, it's just me sharing, I guess. Frost, is actually, Frost was there with me, and he did the honors of recording me while I was sitting at my desk talking fucking nonsense. And also when he told me to go to sleep, which is where he was expecting me, you know, that I'd go to bed, but then I just face planted on the couch, like fully just like kind of walk up to the couch and then all muscles go slack. There's nothing. There was no graceful laying down there. It was just face planting. And then he had to convince me to get back off the couch. And then I actually went to bed. But yeah, so that was interesting. And it doesn't usually happen to me. I drank so much that I woke up the next morning and I was like, fuck, my last memory is of me still sitting at my desk watching the show with my friend. So when I went to like when I got tired and decided to go to sleep and say goodbye to my friend and then actually go to bed, I remembered none of that, and I was like, I wonder how much time was in between me going my last memories of the night and me actually falling asleep. You cannot see that video. Oh my goodness. um, There's actually multiple. There's 3. He took that motherfucker took 3 videos, and they're all like a few minutes long. I was quite... I mean, for one, you know, I was partially just talking nonsense. Maybe I can upload part of that audio sometime. I don't know, because I don't think I want to show you the video. It's like, you know, my desk is a mess and obviously I'm on it and oh my goodness. No, but I mean, so partially I was just talking nonsense, and my friend actually also, like, I called with them, like, today actually, and they told me some more, like, weird stuff I was saying, where I was, like, disagreeing with them about something, and I went like, oh, this situation in the show is, like, so stupid, and I was arguing about the meaning of olive branch, like, you know, the phrase to extend an olive branch to someone. And I was like, so it's a standoff. You know, they're baiting each other and they want to fight. I was saying. And my friend was like, what are you talking about? That is not what an olive branch is. Like, it's like a peace offering. They're trying to, like, you know, get like... and be friends again, and I'm like, so it's a standoff. Apparently, that's what I've been told. So just hilariously stupid. But yeah, so there's more nonsensical stuff like that on the videos. Not that one specifically, because that was when I was just talking with my friend, and I guess Frost wasn't recording then yet. But there was other ones. And most of all, I will be admitting this, I was very mean to Frost. There was some... I'm not an aggressive drunk, ever, at all. Right? I'm... How do I say this now? I just, in those videos, I was so mean. I would like to say there's a lot of pent-up feelings. Because he likes to frustrate me on purpose, and he'll admit to this. I'll get him in here and admit this, but he's like, oh, it's funny when you're frustrated or when you're angry or whatever. Something like that is his wording. So he'll, like, poke and prod at me. He'll, like, do things purposefully that are, like, annoying me during the day. And sometimes I'll just be like, oh my fucking god, this is annoying. And other times I'll be like, genuinely, stop. I do not want to be angry. Why do you want me to be angry? I'm feeling a negative emotion. Stop it, you know? But so that's kind of like the background. And I feel like all of that kind of came out of the video. But some stuff I was saying was really just bad, man. He took it like a champ. Absolutely. But boy, oh boy. He's sometimes a treasure. You don't know him behind closed doors. No. Oh, and a member. Oh, yeah, now that's a good idea. Now that's a good idea. Oh my goodness. I like it. I like it. But yeah, so that was that night, and that just reminded me of that when I saw the wine emoji, and that's all. That's all. Ay, Jesus. Oh my goodness. Guys, don't drink. It's not good for you. It is a drug in the end. It is. I have played FNAF. There's some clips on my Twitch, actually. I just don't do well with horror games, and I never finished even the first FNAF game because I couldn't do it. I got too anxious on like I think it was the last night, or was it like the second to last? That could be too. I will, yes, you will get the little exclusivity knowledge. Like if I set that stuff up, I'll definitely be letting you know. I don't know if you can like literally be the first, because I can like let you know when I'm doing it. I could technically schedule it, but if I'm just like, okay, I'm letting you know this is planned and it's gonna go online some the time on that day or whatever, and then I have it go online and then someone else gets the membership, that could be happen. But I actually, oh my god, sorry, before I forget, I want to write down this shit. Because, you know, there's been multiple things I've been wanting to do for the channel, and the other day I was thinking about it. I was like, well, I don't have time to record right now, but I could do other stuff. Wait, what was the things that I wanted to do? But right, that's things. This social media account. That thing. You know, we don't want to go spoiling. And that thing. Okay, I can spoil this part because it's no secret at all. But, you know, I have, like, many outtakes. Like, just ones where I'm, like, kind of rambling or something, like, weird or funny happens, are actually ones that I'll save. Like, you know, I wouldn't just fucking, like, save every time that I have to interrupt a recording because there's, like, a sound going on, or, you know, there's like stuff outside, or I don't know, my screens go black. That sometimes happens because then my fan starts like going differently, and that's audible, and so I have to wait for it like to go back down so it's consistent throughout the audio, because otherwise it's like it won't filter out. But anyway, but yeah, so I've wanted so much to edit like a video full of outtakes, full of outtakes, that like, sorry, hang on, losing my train of thought again. Yeah, that's just kind of like, you know, with like little text and things, but that's like way more editing than I ever do. Call me silly, but you know, like editing in like a video editing software is to me like way different than editing an audio in Audacity, because you're looking out for way different things. To be fair, it might also be because I don't actually know like a good video editing program. That doesn't cost a fortune. And I just have like, you know, whichever free one I found when I started doing this back in 2021. And I think that one is very primitive. Like, I don't think I could actually do much more than put an audio file and then a picture together, and maybe like have it be multiple pictures together. So quite like possibly I could manage to edit like an outtake video the way that I would want to, that I picture doing it in my head, but it feels like it'd be such a fucking headache. It's so annoying to like navigate. Voice acting for a show. If we're thinking about it realistically, I'll have to say I don't know. There's multiple barriers, and I'll admit most of them are in my head. I would totally love to do it. I'm very interested in like bringing my acting to the next level with that, and having actually my voice do something other than audio roleplay, which, don't get me wrong, that's fun and I love doing it. My brain and my voice just craves something more. And I totally need inspiration. Like, I've been doing this, you know, for a little while now, And I mean, I'm still getting ideas for audios, but you know, sometimes your creative brain needs like a bit of a break, and I feel like I need to do something different to like refresh that. But so I'd like to, I have interest in doing that, but there's multiple things. One, it depends on like how I'd be able to manage it time-wise. Not that I don't have the time technically, because I can always, like, if I need more time for like a project like that, I could cut back on like YouTube audios, or I could pause the billing cycle for Patreon for a month, not do any Patreon audios. Like, that's always an option if I need more time. And I will also admit, I mean, I'm uploading 3 audios a week plus a regular custom audios, but we could just do that, put that at the moment for like 1 more a week. So I'm technically doing 4 audios a week. Even if lots of stuff goes wrong and like stuff doesn't work out, it never takes longer than a day for me to do an audio. I mean, technically it takes way less time. Let's call it an unspecified, undisclosed amount of time that one audio takes. But I mean, very simple ones, I can tell you, like, only take me like an hour or 2. More complicated ones can take quite a few more hours. And this is all, to be fair, this is all without script writing. Everything I do is improv. For time reasons. Because actually, if I'm writing the scripts for everything, because I am quite a perfectionist, that would add multiple hours to every audio. Quite a few hours, actually, I think, because I just get lost in writing. I get lost in writing so hard. But, so while I technically have the time, I do want to add, and I hope this doesn't get old, because I've mentioned it a few times, I'm disabled. Could be much worse, but I gotta do reduced hours, kind of. So if it was like, you know, if we're looking at voice acting in like a very traditional sense, and I'm like at a studio recording voice lines, that's like a very, like, that's, I was about to say a very time-intensive job, like that would be many hours, but just it would be the hours of a regular job, I'd imagine. I mean, maybe actually less, but like it's not, you're not gonna have a 40-hour week usually as a voice actor, and then like, you know, be like at the same studio for that, because like how many recordings can you actually do? But it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of takes. You know, you got to just repeat the same thing over and over until it's like the perfect little intonation that the people want. But so that would actually, like, just looking at a 1-day thing, like what I can take in 1 day, it would probably be too much, because they wouldn't have me going out there for just like 2 hours or whatever. If they've got, like, way more work for me to do, you know. That's not usually how these things go. Both. Actually, okay, so I guess for time stuff, the mental disability is more relevant. I have physical disabilities as well. To be fair, one of them is affected by my mental health. So if I'm like stressed out, basically I've got chronic pain is one of the physical things. And that gets worse with stress because like muscles tense up and that, yeah, makes things worse. What was I gonna say? Right, so that's like one part. The actual like how much time does this take? If it's like an online thing, you know, like there's like many, like for example, like video games, right? If they want voice actors, often they'll go on websites and be like, hey, freelancers, anyone want to do this? And then you like you send them like the files over basically. And for that, disregarding that there's a specific deadline, you know, you can technically say like, okay, I'm gonna do this at my pace, like as long as it fits into the deadline, which hopefully wouldn't be like the next day. I mean, for some things that certainly is the case, but you'd also be able to find others that are like way like more slow paced, and you can kind of see like, okay, I have multiple weeks to finish this project now, and I can like decide how I manage my time here. You know, Frost is bothering me right now. Hello. We were talking about you. We were talking shit. No, I was telling them about the videos you recorded of me drunk. And
it's a show and tell.
Shush. And Bearded, oh right, I said that I was very mean to you.
Yep.
And Bearded went like, oh, you can't be mean to Frost. He's a, what words did he use? He's a treasure. And I'm like, you don't get to call him a treasure. I know you behind closed doors. I know your abuse. And then Eri actually agreed with me. He went, Frost literally assaults her with tickles. Does that make him a treasure? Which I'd argue. No, it does. That was not an invitation for tickles. Hang on. Come on. Come on. I will stab you with these 5 pens. Ow. Ow. That was actually quite a hard grip. Ow. With these 5 pens I've got laying around. Actually, wait. It's 3 pens and 2 pencils. But let's ignore that. No, stop. Stop, 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 stop. Right, well, thanks for stopping by, Theo. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and then I'll see you around again. What was I gonna say? About the show stuff. Right, yeah, that's one issue. And then there's some, like, stuff about how things are taxed differently, and I cannot currently get an accountant, so I kind of gotta not quite do it myself, because that'd be crazy. That'd be legal suicide. I would certainly mess up and die, because that's what happens in Germany. If you get your taxes wrong, they shoot you, boyo. They shoot you. In cold hard blood. Cold hard. No, that's... I feel like I'm mixing 2 phrases there. Anyway, but I have basically a friend of a friend of a friend who's an accountant, and she's kind of helping me in her free time. But she doesn't specialize in this stuff, so it's like I want to keep things as at least complicated as possible, just to avoid anything that could go wrong. Which I'm pretty sure, yeah, me doing like voice work in that way would have to be taxed differently, depending on what kind of website you go through. Actually, if it was through Patreon, which wouldn't ever happen, that doesn't really make sense. But if it was, then everything's like normal. But if it's like a page that, a site that, you know, just has me connecting with the customer, basically, I'd have to add different taxes to that like I'd have to pay those of my own accord, while on YouTube and Patreon they actually take care of that part, and then I just have to pay the other kind of tax. This is getting too boring for you guys. It's just weird talk. But yeah, so I'm like worried about that. So I don't want to try. But yeah, technically I would love to do a show. And it doesn't have to be a show either. Like I said, I'd love to like do some lines. That sounds too Hollywood for me. That's what they do at the after show party. No, sorry. Do some voice lines for like a video game or for someone's project. Like, do voice lines on, like, someone else's channel, even. That's, like, sorry, that's specifically not ASMR roleplay. You know, like, do you know those channels that have like voiceover of comics, for example. And they've got like either their own stuff or they get permission to use this stuff, and they, you know, they need like voice actors for that. I could technically make a channel like that on my own, but that's too much work for just like a side project, you know? I'm glad you find it interesting anyway. Thank you, thank you. But yeah, so that's what's up with that. I think we're gonna be finishing stream very soon here. We actually had a lot more to talk about than I thought. It's so funny. Sometimes the topics just come to me, and you know, I can actually be entertaining and make streams interesting to listen to, relatively. I guess you guys are the judge of that. And other times I'm just there, like, and my brain's scrambling for something to say, and I'm like, well, whatever you do, don't just sit there in silence. And then it's just awkward and weird, because it's noticeable that I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, Ari? You know, can't make too many jokes in that direction, you know, but you gotta take what you can, I guess. Okay. Again, you must be getting so sick of me saying this, but again, I feel like there was something I was gonna say. Oh well, it won't come to mind. Anyway, thanks y'all for joining today's stream.
Y'all.
Yes, I'm finishing it.
Y'all.
Y'all, yeah.
Y'all.
Yeah, all. Yodel it, y'all.
You don't know you're in the wild, wild west.
I love being in the wild, wild west. What do you say to that Texas boy?
Yeehaw!
What? Okay, well. Anyway, I thought when you called out the y'all, I thought that you said no, as in like, no, you're not allowed to stream now. Also, funny little random thing. I was about to finish streaming, but you know, I have to say this. I slept for exactly 9 hours. Not 1 minute. Wait, no, that doesn't. What? It would literally, if it was like 9 hours and 1 minute, it would say that, but it says exactly 9 hours, so I was like, oh, funny, it's exactly 9 hours. But the time does not work. If I fell asleep at 11:51 and I woke up at 9:16, that is not 9 hours. That's 9 hours and 25? Yeah, 25 minutes. Why wouldn't it say that? And I mean, maybe I was awake sometime for 25 minutes, but it doesn't say that, and usually it would.
Your heart stopped beating for 25 minutes.
Oh yeah, that's totally normal. Anyway. Instagram commission. Oh, that. I had not thought about that at all. It totally slipped my mind. But, I mean... Oh, right, because we talked about that with taxes thing as well. Okay, you and I can chat more about that on Instagram. Like, you can just shoot me a reminder. I'll text you in a second. Do you call it texting when it's not, you know... I mean, Instagram is not like a messaging service exclusively. They just have the function. Is it texting only when it's like SMS? Or, I mean, you say texting to WhatsApp.
Depends who you ask.
I guess so. DMing. I'll be DMing you. I'm not allowed to say y'all in your city. No, that's not specifically what you said, but I'd be ostracized for that? Wow. So judgmental. Anyway. I say, we are just about to finish, so I'm sorry you're coming in a little late, but, you know, there'll be more streams where this one came from. But yeah, so I'll shoot you a message and we can talk about that more, 'cause, I mean, I have an idea on how to manage that, actually. But, yeah. Thank you guys for joining. I know I already said that. You have a great rest of your day and rest of your week if we don't see each other again before end of the week, I guess. Oh no, you're all good. Don't be silly. I hope that, you know, your school day was alright, and, yeah, you know, another day you'll be able to join, don't you worry. Can also technically watch the stream back. You know, the VODs are always out. Except for the last week's, actually, because I didn't like the thumbnail, and then I wanted to change it, but it would not let me. It was taking such a long time to process, and then it was just a bunch of errors, so I, like, privated it for just a bit, and then I forgot about it, and now it's been a week. Anyway, but yeah, technically you can watch the stream back, but I'm assuming that's way less interesting than actually chatting, especially when I'm just here talking to people, not even doing anything. It's not about, like, making a custom thumbnail. Actually, you know, there's, like, these suggested amounts. Sorry, not amounts. There's, like, 3 suggested ones that are taken from the stream. That's just usually what I use, because I'm not really... I don't care enough about the VODs, I'll admit. That I don't care enough to make custom thumbnails for those, but like even changing it to one of the other suggested was impossible. It was just giving error messages. Early happy Christmas?
Nope.
Boy, that's way early. You can come back in like a month and a half. Maybe I'll even accept in a month, but but okay, I'll take it. You know what? It's a friendliness, it's positivity anyway, so early happy Merry Christmas, whatever, to you as well. I love Christmas too. I'm excited for it as well. You can be excited for it by like eating Christmas sweets that are all in stores now already. That's how I recommend you deal with it. Anyway, okay. Bye bye you guys. See you again next week, hopefully, maybe at one of the uploads this week still. And yeah, be good till then. Take care of yourself, stay hydrated, eat enough, eat well, good stuff. Alright, bye!